Hey everybody, this is Asher. Welcome back to more Loop Heroes straight into your veins. Today we are going to be doing another run here. Actually, we're going to be doing an expedition into Act 2, which is very exciting. We're going to take the Necromancer because we had so much joy and excitement with the Necromancer before. Seems like an appropriate thing to take on what looks like an angel. So if we fought a evil lich before, it looks like we're fighting evil divine creatures now. A few things I do just want to go into very briefly is that I can craft this. These materials are mainly for town crafting items from the looks of it, but I do need these metallic supplies because I still want to build things. I want to get the Intel Center next, and I need to build the smelter so I can get some good cards there. Along with some of these other things here, like watchtowers, very important. Library's really nice. There's just a lot of good upgrades that are up here, and that's without even getting into all of these little town building upgrades that I can actually get as well. But for now, I'm just going to focus on one thing at a time. That includes clicking on or pressing escape still. I do have some opportunities to maybe play some different cards, but for now, since the strategy worked pretty well last time, I'm going to stick with what I was doing, except maybe taking out the cemetery. I'm going to keep the ruins, and we'll talk about why I'm keeping the ruins, even though it might be a little scary to have the ruins in here. But this seems to work pretty well with the Necromancer, at least for the time being. So let's go ahead, dive in. Act 2. Enemies have 1 to 2 abilities now, which is exciting because in Act 1 they have 0 to 1 abilities. Bonus resources is 40 though, and max resource count is 20. So we start with the Warrior's Gear, which we know is useless for the Necromancer. But let's dive on in. So here's our loop. That is legitimately a crazy loop. Just gotta say. So Act 2 Slime starts with Corrosive Structure. Each attack lowers the target's defense by a bit. That can be problematic if mixed with other enemies, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Get a damage book right away. That's really nice. So yeah, Loop Hero, as usual, kind of starts off a little slow, and that's one of the things that I've heard some people criticize about the game. And they aren't necessarily wrong about that. It is a game that does have a tendency to start a little bit on the pale here, but I mean, my thing with it is that once it ramps up, it really ramps up, and that's what I like about it, is that you get sort of the slow burn, but at the end of the day, it's a game that plays very differently than a lot of other games I've played before. It takes a little bit of a lot of different elements and kind of works it into one. As you can see, I'm going to be trying to build up my magic HP. But there are some things I'm going to be looking forward to as well, because if it looks like my first few runs are kind of samey, because we keep having meadows and mountains here, which are things that really manage HP, the game does open up a little bit as we get further into here. So we're going to be doing at least a little bit of Act 2 stuff. There's some good summon quality from the start. And these great items, they're not uniform in what bonuses they get, and sometimes you do want the gray item first. I'm going to put this battlefield, I could put it right here, but what I want to do with this area, I don't really want to throw revives down too much if I can. So I was kind of hoping to get an early village. It doesn't look like that's happening, which is a little unfortunate. But we do get an early grove, which is nice because I do want to put that there. Okay, so there's our little treasure box. But yeah, attack speed is what we want to actually increase this. And the good rule of thumb that I saw someone else say is for the Warlock, you want to try and have your levels be about... You want your skeleton level to be about the same level as the loop at least. So that's going to be one of our goals here, is we have just a few more slimes smacking us around. We do get a vampire mansion, which is nice. I think I'll put it here, and we'll see if we can have 2 vampire villages. My goal is going to be, once again, to spam the whole area around the campsite so that we don't have boss bonus structures appearing everywhere. There's a blood grove right away, which is excellent. And then we can actually put a ruins... I think we can put it over here, because then we'll have a town on the next area. The thing about the ruins, if you remember from last time, is that the little spitty worms that come out of it will become archers if you put it behind there. And I did read online yesterday that yes, if you put it behind or on the first tile after the campsite, when this becomes a boss, you will have worms arching at you as well. So that's a no-go for sure. But I've gotten some pretty good item drops so far. I'm going to hold on to some of these for a bit. Oh, good. We get a vampire and a worm. Alright, so we're getting lots of meadows now. Now, one of the other strategies that I've read about managing your worms is that eventually they do start to, like, try and run away and stuff. I'm not sure if they have that ability here or not. We'll have to check for Act 2 in just a second. Okay, I've got to pause after here because we're going to load up on cards. Okay, fortunately, very fortunately, didn't burn anything. Is this ring better than what I have? Yes. It's actually better than either of what I have. So let's go for the dual quality. You see here I'm keeping the level 1 ring because it has like great stats, but we're going to put this village down here because we want to have one on the end, and by loop 5 we should be able to clear that out. However, it is a good idea. It is going to be a good idea if we try to put some stuff down here, but I want to really like manage my mischief over here as best I can. So we'll put some lanterns over here, maybe another vampire mansion eventually. Now let's build some shit. Can't take all of this home with us. Although maybe we'll try. Okay. So I know this does summon harpies and it does summon goblins. But we can oblivion the goblins. I mean, the thing I'm honestly a little more concerned about is if I end up having to deal with bandits. Okay, that's a lot of upgrades here. We like the skeleton level, and that's not very good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the best. Alright, so just gonna fight here for a second, and we see what's going on. Alright. Sorry, just having to deal with something for work real quick, but that's fine because we can just let this roll a little bit and let some of the items scroll off here. We actually got to level up as well, which is one of my goals here really early. So you can see things suddenly got a little more serious. Alright, so that's a good amulet. That's not as good of an amulet. I do like the skeleton level though, so we're gonna skip that. Alright. We need another damage book here, but here's the second treasury, so we can set it down here while we finish the mountains. And get our harpies going, get a second battlefield. I don't know if I want to make one blood path or two. Let's make two just for fun. The more we can do to try and increase our loop level, the better here. So Edge of Impossible gives us an opportunity anytime we summon to get an extra summon in at the end. Filling my hands full of Oblivion is not super useful at this stage of the game. And 3 strengthened skeletons will join the hero every loop to help in battle. I really don't know what this one does, and I was trying to look it up, and the translation is a little bit weird, so I think let's try Horde. We're early enough in. I mean, obviously my favorite one for the Necromancer is to get the extra bonus skeleton, but that's also 3 bonus skeletons to help against the boss at the very beginning. And we're gonna take... I mean, the extra skeleton level is nice, but we're getting it on the book. So these guys, Retreat, 40% chance to flee instead of being killed. Okay, so that will cause potentially some problems here. And that book's a lot better because it has max skeletons. And this amulet, despite having some lower stats and some regen, has max skeletons, so we like that as well. Alright, so we got another village we can put on here. One of the problems with that is that if we put the village down, we are gonna get a bandit camp right here. So I'm gonna wait just a moment to make sure we don't have bandits up here. And it's kind of funny, because bandits are kind of annoying. I do have 2 Oblivions now, so it's not as big of a deal. But since I am playing with mountains still, I'm going to be getting goblins as well. So part of the game is just managing this. And we got some garlic as well to stop the vampires. Plus, oh, actual +2 hero damage versus vampires. I was just making a joke. Alright, the problem with putting this grove here is that it makes those guys potentially archers at us. So I kind of messed that up a little bit, so... Oh, no camp, apparently. Okay. Well, we'll hold on to the, grove for just a second. Because we got some treasuries that we can get as well. What I think might be good is if I put a grove down here. This is a regular just freaking party at this grove. Alright. Let's do this thing first. My brain's just getting pulled in 5 different directions right now. We can put the other blood grove over here, and then if we put a vampire place and then a village down here, that'll give us a little bit more bonus stuff. So, we get 3 enhanced skeletons at the start, so I don't know if they follow me around or not, or if it's just literally the first fight after the loop. Okay, no, they're actually... I got a posse. So what I thought was enemies is actually buddies. Maybe this is how I get a step closer to getting my summon 10 creatures at a time dream. So, Horde is a decent way to snowball. That's, it may not be like the greatest power of ability here, but it certainly lets us start. These guys have an encouragement buff, by the way, which increases attack speed by 15%. That's scary, so goblins just continue to suck. Let's see what this ring is before we lose it. 25% attack quality, summon quality. That's probably good enough to replace the tiny boost in levels there. And, that's a really big increase. I'm gonna get that, even though I lose a max skeleton, so. And that harpy tried to get us, but failed. So there we go. I actually missed the mountain placement, too. I missed the mountain placement twice. I have to actually pause. Who knew this required, just like super strong APM. Alright. So we'll play a few more mountains here. And then just make it through the end of the day. Okay, so there's another level. And we could level up during the fight, but I'm going to level after the fight because we got some pretty nice fights up ahead. Yeah, number 1 to max skeletons. That's pretty much an auto get. Field practice is the problem is that we're on loop 4, so we're going to be missing out on that. That's a great one to get if you can get early. And laying down one's life, any direct damage to the hero will be evenly split between the skeletons. I'd rather have a bonus skeleton. So, ruins. Let's make another place for us to fight. First off, Vampire Mansion, definitely down here. Because we're almost done dealing with this. Which means I could probably put a grove over here. I need to put... That's about the only thing I can populate the tiles with right now. I could put a ruins there, but that's terrible. Those goblins are also kind of terrible. So if I put this here, and I put a grove on the other side, we can put blood thing there. So any other good items here? That's a pretty good necklace, but it's kind of a side grade. Still, I am going to take it. Necklace, it's a ring. So see, look, we got some worm problems here. So where did I misplace my, I clearly have made a placement mistake and I don't realize what it is. Because I shouldn't be fighting worms. Oh! Oh, I didn't realize even if they're behind you, they'll still fight. Okay. That is some knowledge that I will hold on to. Alright. Okay, I could put a second blood grove there, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe just put the second lantern just to stop the spawns. That seems easy enough. Alright, so I'd love to have my super strong posse here at the end. I need some increased attack. Because life draw on 2 flesh golems, that's brutal is the word for it. I just need to keep on summoning. There we go. More taunt boys. Alright. So I don't know if we're going to put down the other ruins right now. And I do want to put a village there. And good, just like that. We're on loop 5. We have saved 1 village. Maybe if I put the grove like right here. And put the another ruins right here. Then we can put a blood grove right there. Just sounds like nice spring garden plan. Let's just put the blood grove down over here. And I shouldn't have a bandit camp spawn. I'm going to hold on to this oblivion anyway, just in case it does. That's a lot of rings. Alright. Okay, that's not very good. Like, the variance for summon level that you get is kind of insane sometimes. But there we go, we got a lot of good stuff now. Alright. I actually got so many items we nearly lost the farm. Okay. So do we want to get rid of 1 max skeleton? I mean, we're doing okay with 3. I think this is more important here. If we can get... There we go. So I have to say, if we can get 1 that will actually just boost us very slightly. And, okay, the summon quality. Right now we have 47% summon quality. That may be worth getting rid of a skeleton here. Like, I want to get max skeletons back if I can. But three's workable. I can make that work. Alright. Okay. So the thing is that they have a few more things to hit, but the nice thing about fighting these villagers with the blood grove there is that they can't eat their buddies if the roots have eaten them first. So here's our ooh, that guy's actually pretty annoying. Has a soul, undead, submerged, goes underground after 2 straight attacks and can't be targeted. Plus the gargoyle, which is impenetrable. Any damage not dealt during its attack phase is decreased by 60. So this is a tanky mess. And then just 1 more along with some treasure, but it's still loot. At least it's not a mimic this time. Although I think since the treasure chest doesn't have a soul, it can't actually be revived into like a ghost of a ghost. This is also one without a soul, so that's okay. Alright, so more meadows are good. Alright. So, we talked about the blood grove here. Got a treasury that we're going to put over here. So we'll put some happy little grasses. We got a second oblivion. So that means we can get rid of you. And the next time we put a village, if it spawns a bandit camp next to the reformed village, then we can cross that bridge when we reach it. The Count's lands, the vampire's actually done eating all the people and now everyone's happy. It's the circle of life. Alright. Okay, got a silver pendant as well from a worm. Nice. -4 damage from vampires. So apparently we're very anti-vampire this run. Okay, that's a potentially good amulet, but not a great amulet. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a lantern here. I'm not big on having all the worms kind of available, but I don't know how many more ruins I need to put down right now. I mean, the reason I would is to have more things to fight, because each enemy killed advances this counter. So I could, like, put it right here. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. One way I've been able to just raise levels really fast, really early, is from getting a bunch of vampires and villages out there, and that has not happened this time. It's just kind of the luck of the draw, though, so that's very fortunate. So now we can double up on this treasury and get even more good stuff. I'm curious if there'll be a time where I won't run with treasuries. There probably is. Oh, we got a dark slime with encouragement, so chilling touch upon dying stuns opponent for 3 seconds. That's crazy. That could actually cause a lot of problems. Oh, good, it stunned the skeleton warrior. Okay, but the nice thing is that we're at least getting some good experience. Alright, don't think I need to plan. I think I'm going okay right now. My skeleton level's a little low, but I just need some better gear drops, so things like this would be helpful. Okay, there's 2 more villages. I just need a vampire mansion now. Well, do I even want to mess with? That is one of the questions. So we got another level here. We got 2 more worms, so they escape. Alright. That is a little annoying. I mean, I could put a village, like, over here just for healing, and just for getting an additional quest. That might be fine. And obviously we're going to put one down here, and there's our bandit camp that we're going to go ahead and abandon. Alright. And there, oh look! They really want to build a camp there. Oh, what's our ability? Counterattack. After hero receives damage, 15% chance to counterattack this or Edge of Impossible. Okay, after a 5% loop for an adjacent roadside tile while passing a tile. I think I'm going to take Edge of Impossible just to try and overshoot it, because my health is doing okay. I mean, Skeleton's giving a counterattack. I mean, those both seem pretty good. I like having an option for any time because I'm constantly going to be trying to top off the amount of creatures that I have. So being able to jump over the top of that seems decent. So next Oblivion's for a goblin camp. I like these flesh golems because they do drop good stuff. I mean, that good stuff's not really helping me right now. Like, is that ring better than what I have? It does keep the skeleton level, but it doesn't keep the quality here. Like, this one's objectively better because it gives me a shit ton of level. But that's why we check all the things, even though it takes quite a bit of time. No, I can't put a blood grove up here to take care of the worms, and we have a quest worm, which sucks even more. Okay, well, let's finish this. Let's put down some more mountains. And probably save some of these for the next area, but there we go. We're building our loot pretty good. This is the time where we kind of want to start getting lucky with the items here, but we got another improved quest now. I mean, I'm half debating obliterating those worms. I would get rid of the quest worms, so I'll think about it. I should probably get rid of that goblins that spawn next to the village, though. Alright, so what you got for me, punk? Good stuff! Oh my gosh, a level 8 book. Okay, let's do this first while we're thinking about it. Can set another blood grove here, perhaps, but let's see here. Level 8 book, 4.88, and then additional summon quality. This may be our boss weapon, to be honest, because it's not the objectively highest skeleton level, but it's really good. Summon quality, we lose a little bit of skeleton level there, just for attack speed and everything else. That's where it's funny, where the stats don't really break down super well. We want a ring that has skeleton level and has summon quality. And right now, this ring actually is not going to be replacing either. So that's right, I'm on loop 6, running around with a level 3 ring because it's just that good. And some of the... if there is a complaint you can make about this game, one of them is that the stat balancing gets a little weird. See, there we go. We got our over-the-top max here. Like, I would replace one of those rings if I got a ring with plus skeletons on it, because I want to have more than I have. But we should be building up pretty well. Like, I got a really good weapon. We're kind of falling behind the curve on some stuff, but I can just keep summoning. Alright. Question is, do I want to play this Vampire Mansion? Do I want my cats to be stupid? I mean, I could just play it right here and drop you there. That's literally just to build up the experience count, and I don't really want to lose everything here, so there we go. We'll get a few quests, and I don't know if it's going to be this loop or next loop. I'd like for it. Okay, there's a ring that we want. Yes, that's going to replace level 3. Still would love to get something that has plus summon skeletons on it. 3's fine, but 4 is better. I mean, it's not as good as the level 8 book that I have. Okay, not there yet. Although 0.81 skeleton level, considering I have 103% quality summon, I think I can afford to swap this out. Because 78 summon quality is just fine. Stupid harpy. It's always crappy harpies. Let's see, now here we get the full benefit of experience for this one. And you can see our supplies are like stacking up really hard today as well. So I may just keep that open for the time being. So another gargoyle, not very exciting. I can put another grave down. Okay, that's skeleton level, which is decent. I do lose some more summon quality though. But I think I'll stack the levels just for now. I'll call that enough of an upgrade. Still just looking for that magical ring that has a little bit of everything, like this level 7 ring. Not quite there. Okay, let's put you guys over here. Guess I could do it like this. But yeah, our posse is going to be really good for the boss. I just don't know if the boss is going to be summoned this round or next. I'd love to summon the boss on loop 6. Okay, wow, that is the evadiest skeleton. Alright, there's another village. Okay, this book, has some more summon quality, has a much higher level, and some regen. That's actually an objectively better book. That's not a better necklace. Okay. Do we want to risk setting another village down? All right, if I do that, I need to put the mansion over here. Oh, really? We got bandits anyway? Okay, damn. That's a problem. I didn't think the bandits would spawn next to a village that's already been saved, but I was mistaken. So I need to get an Oblivion to solve that problem. But hey, you play, you learn, right? So I don't want to go much lower than 50 summon quality. The only way I'll do that is if I get something that actually lets me summon another skeleton. Which would be nice if I could like filter for stats, but things are coming around slower fast enough. All right, let's go ahead and drop some shit here. All right. So another day. I mean, I guess one thing I could do for all those towns up there is, of course, there's another treasury. Okay, there's our Oblivion that we wanted. So I guess one thing I could do here is drop a grove right here, drop a blood grove right here, and that should cut down on some of this garbage. Let's go ahead and obliviate the bandits. Bandits just suck. They suck because they steal your stuff. And they shouldn't be allowed to do that. They're breaking the law. I don't even care that we've spawned another goblin camp. I've officially found something that I hate more than goblins. So if we're about to get a boss here, I've gotta watch my stats here. We're at summon level 7, which is great. Summon quality 50. I don't have a ton of magic HP. Like, the one thing that would really put me over right now is getting a +1 skeleton, but that's way too much of a skeleton level drop to accept. But yeah, if I put down a few more things, we might be able to summon the boss here, and I think I'm inclined to do that. Am I going to beat the boss? I don't know, but we're sure as shit fighting the boss today. Alright, let's do it. Because we just got to drop down a few more lands. And we got even more resources. Let's put a grove in a place we don't care about, like right here. Let's put a ruins in a place we don't care about, like right here. And then let's put a road lantern in a place we do care about, like right here. So if I keep dropping these, eventually we will have a boss summon. There we go. Alright, so I may be triggering my demise, but look, that's a good track, different track, but also different boss icon. Okay, so we're doing it. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't have my camera on, but you can see me just jamming out here. Now we have a worm that has a lot of health and a 40% chance to retreat. It's really irresponsible for me to set these worms up without having a blood grove to eat them. So, hopefully we beat the quest worm without it running. There we go. But if one of these has summon more skeletons and good damage there, like that doesn't. That's not good enough. I guess we'll just go in with 3 bonus skeletons and good other stats. Which is fine. Like, our summon quality is high enough. There's another village if we want it. I don't think we do. Alright, so now or never, it's boss time. We actually have a quest ghoul. That's cute. I'm going to pause after this just to make sure, because I want to at least increase my stats as much as possible if I can. Alright, quest done. Vampire up. Okay, so That might be better than what I'm wearing, even if it's lower magic HP. Alright. Just because it increases our skeleton level a bit. We can run right now, but we're not running. We're taking on the boss. Fortune favors somebody. Hopefully today it's me. Alright, so there's all of our stats that we can get up here. Alright. Well, look at that. Oh, literal angel person. Could you please stop? So it's you who's responsible for all this mess. Stop doing what? Stop doing all this resisting, fighting for the old world. He will erase everything anyway. I'm sorry, but that's how it must go. So, a mysterious him again, except that you're not going to explain who you're talking about. Why wouldn't I? I'm talking about God. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's one of these stories. Alright, we see the religious symbol. I mean, it makes sense it's someone who's saying it's God. He created myriads of stars, galaxies, and... Oh, what am I saying? He created everything, and now he is destroying his creation. That's the most nonsense I've ever heard, and trust me, I've heard a lot of nonsense. Why would God want to destroy the world? That's what you would call a silly question. Do you think we have a right to discuss God's motives? Ooh, I know people that say that, and they're generally not on the right side of history. He's God, for God's sake. If he decided it, then it has to be done. That means that there is a cause and a meaning to it. Instead of showing him your rage and anger, you should thank him for the life you had and spend the time that's left saying goodbye to the universe. No, wait, that's not right. If all this is true, then why am I still able to resist? Why am I able to restore this world piece by piece? It's very slow, but I'm still able to do it. Does that mean that your God is having second thoughts? Or is he a God at all if I can go against his will? These are just empty words. You're simply trying to find reason to say you're unimportant. No. Oh, that's nice. So, this is the same zealotry that doesn't like logic, isn't it? So I feel sorry for you and for this world, but your efforts are worthless. You can't stop God's harvesting scythe with a single blade of grass. I shall end you personally by word or by force if needed. Well, maybe a blade of grass won't stop a scythe, but it can get into your shoe and hurt, and, you know, metaphors aren't really my thing. Let's see if your God is surely protecting you. So, there's our buddies. Let's pause this. I just hit the pause button there. So, Priestess. Lots of health, no bonuses, though. Has a soul, obviously. I wonder if she had actually revived there, but... Will of the Heavens summons an angel instead of an attack that disappears after dealing 2 attacks. So, she's actually a summoner, too. Interesting. Iconostasis. Creates 5 stained glass windows instead of every second attack. Has 20% chance to be protected by one of the windows. Then here's our angel, which can't be targeted. It just hits like a truck. Okay. So this is where we want more than 3 summons, potentially. But we're gonna do our best to chip away here. So the angel does disappear eventually. But I am getting a little nervous about the fact that she's evading so much with the mirrors, but... Okay. We're chipping her down. I was thinking maybe time would pass and I'd have a new day and get some healing. It looks like that is gonna happen, but... We have potions too, so I'm probably good. Okay. Did I drink a single potion here? No, actually that's right, the roots ate her, so we're fine. It's so painful every time... Like the first time, I still can't get used to it. Yeah, dying's not very nice, and that's how the whole world feels right now. Not a great feeling, as you notice. Now you're... Wait. What did you mean by every time? Oh, it's not the first time. My faith in the Almighty brings me back to life again and again for the sake of my great mission to spread His word, to preach humility, obedience, and acceptance of the salvation He offers. Oh, salvation is deleting everything, I guess. And every time I fail, there's only... the dead bodies of heretics instead of conversations in my lifeless body. Then why can't you understand that the wish to survive is an essential part of this world? I don't know how it happened, but you've made the mistake interpreting the motives of the Almighty. Made a mistake, me? No, that's impossible. I believe in it. I am the faith itself. I don't need to know or check anything. And you, what are you even trying to achieve? Nothing will ever be like what it was anymore, not even close. I don't know. Maybe it will. I can still try. You're just a fool. That's what you are. We'll meet again. Just let me rest a while. ... Looks like she's gone. I can hardly believe her corpse will ever come back to life. But even if it will, I should give her a proper burial. So, we win. And we actually got some items as well, but I'm going to cut and run here. So, We can choose a reward. If we want to keep going, each building hero gets ×8 loop experience. Interesting. So these are all rewards that will happen if the run keeps going. But I'm just going to take the resource assortment, and we're going to retreat, because we got a lot of goodies to put in the goodie bag. Welcome back. Is that a piece of glass sticking out of your shoulder? What? Oh, I didn't even notice, and it's not because of the high pain tolerance. I'm a bit shocked, to tell you the truth. I met a crazy preacher, stained glass windows, halos, and angel silhouettes all around. A holy jamboree, you could say. Let me guess. We have all sinned, and now we are doomed to face the holy wrath and apocalypse, and only death shall we find salvation? Not exactly. It's more like God has decided to erase his creation. It has to be done. Show some patience. Well, that makes some sense if you give it a little thought. Who else would have the power to do such a thing? I don't know much about godhood, but I would think he'd be able to do all this instantly. Putting it simply, we'd all be dead already. We wouldn't even exist now. Even if the priestess is right, it's not a reason to give up. Aroo! Wow. A howl from outer space. Suddenly, naming all of these videos from contact quotes makes a little more sense. So, outer space wolf howl face. What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, and it felt horrible, like someone's coming to get me. Okay, well, somebody howled. We got a little bit more food. We got some other stuff that we can build as well, like the Intel Center, which is good. We actually have 32 metal, so I can totally build a smelter. I am 1 metal short from building both of those, so it's going to be close, but I can maybe build some other stuff there. But I'm going to cut the video here. This is Asher with Loop Hero. It's fun. It's exciting. It has some interesting stories to tell. We do have some additional things here, like actual garlic, that we can equip. And I think these are permanent boons to us that we can exchange or move around depending on what we want to do here. So we're not going to craft anything because we need the metal shards, but still, successful run. I'll be honest with you, we could jump straight to Act 3, which I'm pretty familiar from the title card of this video series and some of the promotional materials what this guy looks like, but I don't necessarily know who he is. So I guess we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to dive straight into Act 3 or do a little bit of farming in Act 2. Maybe try to run it with a different class. We'll see. I have a feeling that boss can kick our ass pretty hard if we're not summoning, but maybe there's some other strategies out there. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Asher. Feel free to like the video if you liked it. Feel free to comment if you got any other thoughts, builds, things you like, advice for the Act 2 boss with another class. But that's going to do it for this one. Take care.